Hello, everybody. Welcome to English Fluent Talk, the space where language becomes a bridge, not a barrier. Whether you are a student aiming to speak with more confidence, a professional seeking to lead meetings more effectively, or simply someone who wants to express thoughts more precisely, this message is for you. Today, we will explore a skill set that lies at the intersection of cognitive speed and verbal clarity: how to think faster and speak clearer. In a world where the pace of communication is ever accelerating, those who master this art are not only heard, they are remembered, respected, and followed. Let us begin this journey not just to speak fluently, but to think powerfully and communicate purposefully. 1. The cognitive foundations. Let us begin at the foundation: cognitive processing. Thinking faster does not mean rushing or speaking impulsively. It means being able to access the right thoughts at the right moment with minimal hesitation. The average brain processes up to 60,000 thoughts per day, yet clarity arises not from the number of thoughts, but from how well we organize and retrieve them. Thinking quickly is less about speed and more about efficiency of thought. It is mental precision, focus, and adaptability in real time. A faster thinking mind is built through consistent practice and intentional cognitive development. This includes reading challenging material, solving logic puzzles, and discussing complex topics with others. All of these activities create new neural pathways, improving recall and agility. Even 10 minutes of focused mental training daily can strengthen your internal processor. As your mental library grows, your ability to retrieve ideas becomes instinctive. Eventually, what once required conscious thought will become fluent expression. 2. The discipline of preparation. Although fast thinking may appear spontaneous, it is almost always supported by preparation. Great communicators rarely speak without a plan. Their messages are not just clever, they are crafted. Preparation helps you establish a roadmap, so when the time to speak arrives, you are not creating ideas on the spot, you are retrieving well-organized thought. Consider what you want to say, anticipate potential challenges, and mentally rehearse the direction of your speech or conversation. Use outlines or mental structures, such as the point evidence conclusion format or the what so what, now what model. These frameworks offer clarity under pressure and reduce the time spent searching for what to say next. Repetition is key. Rehearse scenarios in your mind regularly. Whether preparing for an interview, a classroom presentation, or a phone call, treat it like a performance that deserves rehearsal. When preparation becomes a habit, clarity becomes a reflex. 3. The power of listening. Improving your speaking and thinking speed begins with a skill that is often overlooked: listening. Listening gives you access to context, emotion, and deeper understanding. It slows your inner chatter and sharpens your mental focus. A good listener does not simply analyze, process, and respond with precision. When you listen actively, you speak more clearly, because your responses are built upon accurate understanding rather than assumption. By listening well, you reduce the likelihood of miscommunication and increase the value of your words. It also helps you mirror the language and rhythm of your conversation partner, which builds rapport and trust. Remember that even brief pauses in conversation are opportunities to reflect, not weaknesses to avoid. Listening is not a passive act, it is a deliberate and strategic choice. The clearest speakers are often those who speak least and listen most, gathering insights before shaping their replies. 4. Language, structure, and vocabulary. Clear speaking relies on more than confidence, it requires linguistic precision. The words you choose shape how your thoughts are understood. Use specific, vivid vocabulary instead of vague fillers. Replace general words like thing, stuff, or nice with terms that capture your exact meaning. Specificity is not only more impressive, is more useful. When you use the right words, your audience requires less effort to understand your message. Structure is equally vital. Organize your speech using verbal signposts such as first, however, and for example. These transitions guide listeners through your ideas, creating a sense of flow. Avoid rambling by summarizing each point as you transition to the next. It is helpful to visualize your message as a staircase, where each step builds upon the last. Clarity emerges when language, tone, and structure work together as one harmonious unit. Strong language is not ornate, is ordered. 5. Emotional regulation and speaking under pressure. In high-pressure situations, even a fast thinker can stumble if emotions take over. Anxiety and adrenaline can cause your mind to race and your speech to blur. The key to speaking clearly under stress is emotional regulation. Techniques such as deep breathing, mindfulness, and visualization can help calm the nervous system and restore cognitive clarity. When the body feels safe, the mind performs better. Confidence grows when you know how to manage emotional spikes. Practice simulated high-stakes conversations so you can rehearse maintaining poise under pressure. Speak slowly and with intention, even if your instinct is to rush. Take a brief pause before answering difficult questions to organize your thoughts. People respect not just what you say, but how you handle the moment. Calm speech signals control, and control inspires trust. Emotional mastery does not silence your feelings, it strengthens your message. The more composed your tone, the more clearly your words will be received. Grace under pressure is a communicator's most admired trait. 6. Practice and real-world application. Mastery requires intentional practice. You cannot improve mental speed or verbal clarity by passively consuming information. You must create, perform, and review. Start by placing yourself in speaking scenarios. Join discussion groups, present short talks, or even narrate your daily tasks aloud. Challenge yourself to explain complex topics in 1 minute. These habits build confidence and sharpen fluency. Track your growth with audio recordings or a speaking journal. Reflect regularly on what you said well and what could be improved. Use speech training apps to increase your reaction time. Engage in role-playing exercises where you must respond to unpredictable prompts. Over time, your brain will adapt, and your speech will become smoother and stronger. Like any skill, clarity comes with use, not intention alone. Real-world speaking is your greatest teacher. Embrace every opportunity to learn from it. Speak often, even when you feel uncertain, because growth often hides behind discomfort. Each attempt builds the speaker you aim to become. 7. Consistency, patience, and long-term growth. Perhaps the most overlooked component of fast thinking and clear speaking is consistency. No technique works without regular application, and no progress is permanent without reinforcement. Just as muscles weaken without movement, cognitive sharpness fades without effort. Improvement in speech is a long-term journey. It cannot be rushed. Those who master communication do not aim for shortcuts. They build lasting strength over time. Patience is crucial. You may stumble, pause too long, or forget a point, but each misstep is part of your development. Accept slow progress as natural, and resist the urge to compare your journey to others. Speak daily, read widely, reflect honestly, and stay committed. These small acts compound into transformation. Think of your growth not as a race, but as a rhythm. Consistency builds confidence, and confidence breeds clarity. To conclude, The ability to think faster and speak clearer is not reserved for the gifted. It is available to those who commit to the process with patience, discipline, and purpose. It begins with training the mind to think with agility, preparing your ideas with structure, listening with intent, and speaking with precision. It continues with emotional control, deliberate practice, and a commitment to growth that does not rely on talent alone, but on effort applied consistently over time. In a world filled with distractions, noise, and rushed conversations, clarity stands out like a lighthouse, guiding, steady, and unmistakable. Your voice is not just a tool for expression, it is a reflection of your thinking, your preparation, your emotional intelligence, and your character. When you learn to command your thoughts and deliver them with calmness and confidence, you do more than communicate. You lead, you inspire, and you connect. People remember those who speak with clarity not only because of what they say, but because of how they make others feel heard, understood, and respected. Let this not be the end of a lesson, but the beginning of a personal mission. Make it your goal not simply to speak more, but to speak better. Speak with intention, with knowledge, and with compassion. Whether you are standing before an audience or having a quiet conversation with a friend, bring your full attention and your highest clarity to that moment. The world does not need more noise, it needs more voices of substance and strength. Thank you for joining me today on English Fluent Talk, where communication is not just about fluency, it is about impact. If you found value in today's discussion, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights on improving your communication skills. Good luck!